With a look into how the Chiefs in the state of Kansas plan to pay off the bonds used to build the team's new stadium. Now, it's been over a month since the team in the state made that splashy announcement, and we're still asking experts about claims the Chiefs made in Topeka this month.
This comes as the Chiefs named two finalists to design their new multi-billion-dollar stadium. One of them, Populous, a Kansas City firm with a global resume. It's currently working on the Buffalo Bills' new stadium and behind major projects like the Las Vegas Sphere. The other finalist, Manica, the firm behind the Raiders Stadium in Las Vegas and the Titans' new stadium in Nashville.
And before any designs, there is the question of money. KMBC 9's Eric Graves live near the Legends. And Eric, you talked to some local economists about that meeting last week in Topeka.
Hey, Chris, tonight we're focusing in on the details surrounding that. How fast the Chiefs claim those star bonds could be paid off and the avenues they're looking at and paying them off. One of those avenues includes something that could make what you buy at this new stadium and entertainment district more expensive.
There are a lot of questions.
In a meeting with Kansas lawmakers last week in Topeka, an attorney representing the Chiefs named Corb Maxwell claimed Kansas star bonds used to pay for 60% of the $3 billion stadium could be paid off in 20 or even 15 years.
Then you consider that that region should grow faster because of all of this economic activity that we're putting into it. That's how I make my projections that this has the ability to and should pay off in under 15 years.
The state has allotted 30 years to pay off the bonds. Tuesday, we asked two local economists if it's possible to pay off the star bonds in half the allotted time.
15, everything's going to have to fall in place the way we want it to. And it might, but it might not.
Chris Keel, a local economist and the managing director of Armada Corporate Intelligence, says the success needed for a 15-year timeline is very difficult to have year in and year out.
It's going to get paid off by the rest of the economy.
Local economist Michael Austin says the larger the district is, the faster you can pay off the bonds, but that could make people feel uncomfortable.
You either draw a star bond district that is so big that it encompasses an entire county, which means it siphons off tax revenue from Walmarts and gas stations, places that have nothing to do with football.
This is the first time I've heard about it.
Some lawmakers just found out last week in Topeka a community improvement district at the new Chiefs developments will be used to help pay off the bonds.
We will be creating a targeted CID.
It's not exactly a new tax, but Maxwell described it as a user fee. Keel believes that could deter locals from spending money at the new Chiefs developments.
People, if they're going to be paying extra taxes, are like, well, I'm just not going to shop there.
Exactly how the CID would be structured by the Chiefs is something that's still being figured out. Last week, Corb Maxwell told the lawmakers there is an NFL rule that a CID or user fee cannot be implemented on NFL tickets. So the Chiefs will have to work with that. Chris?
Well, Eric, obviously still no word on what the Royals want to do, but they have apparently narrowed their list of possible ballpark sites.
Yeah, Chris, there's always stadium news, it feels like, every day. Today I confirmed with the Royals that the Aspiria site, the former Sprint campus at 119th and Knoll, is off the table. I want to show you the statement we got from the Royals today. They say after significant evaluation, they do not believe this site meets their criteria for a stadium. Now, this doesn't totally eliminate Kansas as a possibility. Governor Kelly also confirmed to me today that her office is still open to negotiating a deal to bring the Royals across the state line, but now Aspiria is out of the equation. Now, Chris, if you do remember, there were multiple stories we did with neighbors around Aspiria who did not want the Royals to go there. Coming up a bit later, our investigative reporter Matt Fleener talks to those neighbors, saying they're happy that the Royals listen to them. Chris?
Yeah, those people living south of 119th. All right, Eric, thanks. Mayor Lucas says he wants a new stadium deal with the Royals in place by the time spring training starts. We'll stay on top of the story. If anything changes, we'll send you a breaking news alert sent right to your phone. You can also find a full timeline of how we got here right now at KMBC.com.